You found it. Your home for the best content on your favorite team, the Fighting Tigers of LSU. Do us a favor. Subscribe to the channel. Leave your comments below. Be sure to smash that like button.
Let's begin, though, today with LSU's head football coach, Brian Kelly, who, interestingly enough, y'all, and he spoke about this. This is Brian Kelly's first media days in 12 years, and it makes sense because Notre Dame wasn't in a conference, so he never went to a media days event. The last time he was at a media day event was 12 years ago in the old Big East when he was at Cincinnati. So here's how Brian Kelly opened it up earlier today in the main room.
Quite an interesting 6-7 months as I embarked on this journey, which has been exciting for me. It started with, the right time at the right place. The timing was right for me. The place was perfect. We had an incredible president, President Tate, an athletic director that I had history with Scott Woodward, and a rich history and tradition with LSU football. And so for me, it was then taking on that great opportunity in front of me to be part of restoring championship quality football to LSU.
If there is one thing in all of the sit-downs, one-on-one conversations that I've had today with media from all over the conference, from our friends at Texags to folks who do radio in Arkansas and Auburn and South Carolina and basically every corner of the conference, the question I get asked over and over and over again is the fit question. Is Brian Kelly a fit? And it's we've all talked about this enough. You don't have to eat gumbo to be the LSU coach. But naturally, Brian Kelly was asked that question as well today, why he's a good fit for LSU, and here's what he said.
Well, I think fit is about, the ability to run a program, at the highest level. I've done it for 32 years. I've had success at Notre Dame, Cincinnati, Central Michigan, wherever I've been. So, running a program and then, developing players, player development. I think those are the most important thing. And I don't think that needs to be, geographical in a sense. I've gotten to love where I'm at in Baton Rouge. I love the people. They love football. They love family. And they love food. And that fits me really well. So I guess I should have been in the South all along.
I love that he dropped family in there, intentionally with a little smirk. I think Brian Kelly had a good time today. I genuinely do. It was a loose day, and different people come here with different attitudes. Some begrudge it and just put their head down and just sort of bristle through it. Les Miles was kind of like that. The players never came to Radio Row for Les. It was get in, get out, don't say anything. And some embrace it fully and have a phenomenal time. Some out of necessity. We've told the story about how, typically when Derek Mason had Vanderbilt here, they would always come a day early and do every interview possible because they wanted and needed the exposure for their program. Brian Kelly, I thought, came in today loose. He told us, we had about 10 minutes with Brian Kelly before he began his rotation. He told us that, here they've been working tremendously, obviously, with recruiting as well, but that he's even had a couple of weeks here in July to where he's had some time off, but he's gone into the office a few times and continues pushing toward the season. So the fit question, though, is the one that I've gotten the most that he had to answer, and his point about he's been a program builder is a good point, and it's the only point that really matters. Because ultimately, you could not have had a better fit than Ed Ogeron. Similarly, in basketball, you could not have had a better fit than Johnny Jones. Sometimes the geographical fit doesn't matter. It's can you use the resources at your disposal to win games And Brian Kelly's done that everywhere he's been, and I'm sure that he'll do it here as well. The big question, though, is how many, and that, of course, will depend largely on quarterback, which Brian Kelly, of course, was asked about with his quarterback room. Here's what Brian Kelly had to say. This is number 19, Muse, if we could. Here's what Brian Kelly had to say about his quarterbacks.
We're really going to have to set the offensive structure in its installation to the skill set of the particular players, because number one, they got to take care of the football. Number two, they got to get the ball to playmakers. I've got playmakers on offense that are already in place, so they've got to get the ball to the playmakers. And number three, they've got to make plays, that quarterback. So the ultimate decision making on who that quarterback is, he'll have to hit those three notes. And I think all of those guys can do that. We'll have to put them in that position so we can evaluate that.
Brian Kelly getting things kicked off today at SEC Football Media Days.
Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact. And be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.